Hello friends, I'm very excited to show you this all new Meross Smart Presence Sensor. Welcome to this new video. So very recently Meross released this MS605, which is the all new presence sensor. I'm already using the MS600 presence sensor, which works really great. This new version has some great new features that we will show in this video. Now first of all, you can see Matter. This one is Matter over Thread, where the old version is a Matter over Wi-Fi. So it needs a hub. Here you don't need a hub. That makes this one compatible with all the ecosystem. You can also see that there is no cable. The old presence sensor needed a power source, which really limited the possibilities. This one is battery powered and the battery should hold up for 3 years, which is awesome. And another really great feature is that it is waterproof, IP67. So you could even use it outdoors. It resists down to minus 20 degrees Celsius and up to 60 degrees Celsius. It combines technologies. With the combination of these technologies, it will know if there's someone in the room even if he stops moving. So for instance, if you use this in the bathroom and you sitting on the toilet and you stop moving, the light will remain on. The Meross Smart Presence Sensor uses a triple detection technology. That means that it has a 24 GHz mmWave radar, which detects micro movements like breathing. Then it also has an infrared sensor, which filters non-heat motion. So curtains or a robot vacuum or plants that are moving won't trigger the presence sensor. And then it also has a light sensor, which enables smart lighting control. Another really cool thing of this new presence sensor that you have 3 adaptive sensor modes. So you can use the radar mode, which only uses the millimeter wave, which is extremely sensitive and which is for low interference places, and it will consume more battery, but it is really great if you need the most accurate detection. You can also use the radar plus pair, where the radar is the lead detection and the pair is for biological filtering. So accurately confirms human presence, but you will eliminate false triggers. So it will know that you are there, but if something drops from the shelf or you have a curtain moving, it won't trigger. And the last option is the pair supported by a radar. Really energy saving. This is perfect where there is a clear difference between the room temperature and the body temperature. Compared to the previous presence sensor, there are some functional updates. Now you have a customizable range control. Also really great if you are in a room where you only want to see the first meters, but behind you their objects are moving like a fan and you don't want them to trigger. Then it has a 6-meter range, which is split in 7 independent ranges. So you can block out zones for detection to avoid false alerts. And then you have a multi-zone programming as well for 3 fully customizable zones. In the box we have this little tool to remove the battery compartment. You have the double-sided tape. There is the manual, of course. Which always is really clear with Meross. You see the zones as well. And then we have the sensor itself. Here you can see it compared to the MS600. You can see it is quite thicker, but that's of course for the battery. Now let's set up the presence sensor itself. Put in the battery. Now let's add it to the Meross application and HomeKit. Add an accessory. So smart sensor and alarm. And there we have our MS605. So the battery is plugged in. We have to press the top button 5 times. And I see a light blinking. So detection range, it's a small room. Okay, so now it detects presence. And here I can set the room it's in, presence sensor, go ahead. Okay. Now I can set my automations. If I open the door and it detects me, I saw a light blinking. So now we add the automation, go to automation. A sensor detects something, we go to the room and we have to choose the sensor 3. Otherwise it doesn't work correctly. Stops detecting something. And then we choose the scene I created. So turn the lights off. Now the lights are off. Go to the room, you can see the lights are off. When I go to the room, the light switches on. We can see it here in the app. And when I close the door, as soon as it stops detecting presence, right here, the lights should turn off as well. And there you go. When I'm opening the door, you can see the light flickering, but it takes up to 2 seconds before the light activates. And that is because it goes over matter thread, so it has to do several actions before the communication gets through. So for this kind of application, I think this presence sensor isn't the most ideal. In those cases, you better use a powered one which reacts directly, or simply a door sensor. But in a scenario like this, where the reaction time isn't so important, but presence is more important, like here on my workstation, that could be ideal to activate another scene. So like here you can see it activated the nav elements. And as soon as I leave my disk, and it stops sensing my presence, it turns off. So let's try it again. Now for the settings of the presence sensor, we have to push on top and it connects. And here you can consult the logs of sensor 1, 2 and 3. Really detailed as well. You can see the distance of presence. how many light it has got. And then for the settings itself, you can set which kind of detection you want to use. Sensitivity. So with the sliders here, we can even change the sensitivity if you want to. Just hold and slide it to make it more or less sensible so it doesn't create false triggers. Then sensor configuration. So we can select or deselect. So the first zone. So this zone goes up to 3 meters. So let's say that I set a zone for the first 80 centimeters or a zone farthest away. And this of course is because I set my sensor up to 3 meters. I have more zones available. If you're looking for a presence sensor that is really multifunctional, that can be set up everywhere, even if you have no power outlet or even outdoors, I think this sensor is a great option. The setup procedure is quite easy. The fact that you have 3 zones is really awesome, and it is more than affordable. And if you use the link in the video description and my code, you will even get 10% off. Now the downsides of this sensor is that it isn't the quickest one as it isn't powered. So if you use it to activate a light in a small room for a short presence, that is not the best sensor for you. But if you're looking for a sensor in a room with a longer presence, like a toilet, bathroom, or even outside, this is really something you should check out. So drop me a comment to let me know what you think about it. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye bye.